Hi, my name is Shelby. My grandparents actually had me as a child and a baby. My parents were teenagers when they had me. They both struggled with addiction. My grandparents definitely put Jesus in my life. I went to Awanas every Wednesday, church every Sunday. About third grade, my grandparents decided to let my mother have me back. She struggled a lot with addiction and relationships that were, pretty bad. I went through a lot of abuse and trauma, not from my mother, but mostly her boyfriends. I started running away a lot, failing in school. I feel like I was searching for somewhere to belong and a safe place and to be loved, and I ended up meeting a boy, and I got pregnant at 16 years old with my first child. I ended up dropping out, and I ended up going down a long, dark path of alcohol and drugs. I was out of control, really. There was a lot of fighting, a lot of abuse, even for me, towards partners that I had. And my kids grew up seeing a lot of things they shouldn't have. I ended up trying to commit suicide. This is where things really fell apart for me. I ended up driving my car into a telephone pole at 70 miles an hour. I was airlifted to Barnes Jewish Hospital, totaled my car, got a DUI, obviously. But there, I found out also that I had a very large mass on my thyroid gland. I decided myself to let my children go with their fathers because they were at a lot of a better place in life than I was at that time. Without them, I went even further away and even further into addiction. I ended up getting into a crowd of people that were just not good. I did a lot of crazy things. I've been in and out of jail so many times. I ended up pregnant again. And this time I was pregnant with twins. I was one step away from prison, one step away from death. I was about 5 months pregnant, and I was in Madison County Jail. I remember sitting on the floor with a couple of the other girls, and I was just so sad. This little boy came on the TV. It was on America's Next Top Talent, one of those shows, and his name was Journey, and he sang the song Three Little Birds. Don't worry about a thing, every little thing's gonna be all right. And the little boy looked right into my eyes, and I just felt like it was God talking to me while I was in there. And what's crazy is no sooner than that song ended, the jailers came and they asked us if we wanted to go to church. And one of the girls talked me into it, and I was introduced to Celebrate Recovery. The church was a woman who is now my sponsor's testimony, and I watched, and that's where the parable of the 7 evil spirits, it really means a lot to me, and it's always stuck with me through this. If someone is spiritually cleansed of evil but fails to fill their life with God, they become vulnerable to even greater corruption, leaving them in a worse state than before. I believe that because I didn't fill my life with God, because I tried so many times. Since I was 14, I've struggled with addiction. I've tried so many times to get sober, so many doctors, so many medications, and nothing ever worked. But this time, I chose God. I went to a rehab after I got out of jail called Queen of Peace. It did a lot for me. I spent almost 30 days there. I went in that chapel every single day and got on my knees, and I asked God to take this from me, take the mental illness from me, take the addiction from me. I want a relationship back with my older kids. I want to have a second chance to be the mom that I should have been the first time. I want my family back and my life back. And God gave that to me. I'm now going on 18 months sober. I am this close to getting my babies back. I have not had one time since I have, filled my life with God that I have I've wanted to go back to addiction. He took that from me, and that is a miracle. If I would have stayed in that rehab and I would have went into that sober living, I wouldn't have met the Johnson family. They've really shown me what family is all about and just helped me on my journey with God. And they have been so amazing to my babies. And they have been, they've made it possible for me to get closer to God and work on my mental health and my sobriety and who I want to be. I am a totally different person than I ever was. I'm really excited to see what God has in store for my future and for my children's future. I want everyone to see that I am brand new, that God has made me brand new. And I know so many women out there that are struggling, pregnant women that have lost their children, women that are fighting for their lives and their children, and it is possible, but it's only possible with God. That is the only way